Welcome back. It's Kovacs Report, and we've got my new obsession. We're taking everyone down with us. The new issue's out, number 4 by Matthew Rosenberg and Stefano Landini. Now, I love this book. I'm going to go through it page by page. I'm going to give you my thoughts, so there will be spoilers. Before that happens, hit subscribe, give the video a like if you like, and share this because this book needs to be read by more people, right? Of all my videos, this is one of the videos that gets the least amount of views, and I don't know why, because it's one of the best books out there. So we're taking everyone down with us. Let's jump straight in. Quick recap. Father and daughter. Father's trapped in this cybernetic robotic body. She doesn't know this. He's been murdered by a secret agent government crew. He's being also pursued by his ex-fraternity of villains, like an Illuminati group, all badass supervillains themselves. He's been long thought dead, but, you know, he hasn't been. He's been on some sort of secluded island somewhere, working on some experiment, working on something that's going to change the world for good or bad. We don't know. But we are at issue 4, and last issue ended with his young daughter absolutely murdering one of the bad guys by tearing off his arm and beating him to death with it just before this other member of the fraternity that he's involved with, the female lady, which we'll talk about in a second, fires a missile at the train that we're on, trying to escape. Now, they've been blown to bits. And we jump straight into 2 days ago where we've got Agent Rook approaching her father, the Vitruvian, before he got killed early on in issue 1 or 2. So this is really cool yet again. I'm going to say it every time I do a video about it because the colours, the art, the letters, everything about it is outstanding, right? I'm absolutely absorbed every single time I pop open this book. So this is their confrontation, and there's this classic badass secret agent and sort of arrogant, not worried scientist approaching him. He's got a history that we don't know about. I mean, he was, I guess, some badass supervillain or superhero in the past, and we still don't know which way it goes. I'm guessing it's going to be bad, right? So he's not perturbed at all. So he mixes up some concoction, creates an explosion, and that's what resulted in the huge fire and essentially his death, I guess. And then 45 minutes ago, so we're catching up to that train journey from the last issue where the missile was fired at by someone who we think's her mother, right? The young girl. That's Annalise. She is the sort of main protagonist of this story who we're following. Now, she has got an absolute thirst for revenge, this young girl. She is pretty much unstoppable, and she's getting tougher and more badass as the seconds in the panels pass. So it's so cool. Anyway, her robot assistant, who has her father's I guess brain, I don't know. Well, they transferred, I'm not sure how it works, but they transferred his consciousness, I guess, into this cybernetic sort of robot guy, and he's pulled her out of the water, and we learn in a few pages that in the explosion, she actually loses an arm, which Agent Rook and his agents recover from the river where the train wreck was found. Now, there's so many cool little moments in this book. I'm not going to go through them all, but like here, this guy turns up on the sort of seafront to say, hey, you know, what's going on? Are you all right? And the robot just knocks him out because they can't afford any chances. They can't let anyone know that they're there. And then our secret agent guy turns up in this super fast sports car with this another supermodel on his arm, just totally ignores her. It's just so brilliant. There's these little subtle things that happen all the way through that just make it so much more engaging, and it deepens the characters' psyches, and we learn more about them. And then here we go. You know, he finds out what's been going on, that the train's exploded. He wants to find the bodies of the Vitruvian, hopefully, or the daughter, more likely. And he just leaves the model standing in the middle of the road. It's brilliant. Anyway, we find out that he's her robot assistant guy, her dad. He's given her a new arm. He's fused his cybernetic arm into her and like pumped her full of drugs so she can't feel the pain while everything fuses and everything works. And she's just bad ass. I love this character so much. She's like, I want revenge. She's constantly fighting this robot. Like, you're supposed to do what I want. But of course it's her father. So he's trying to guide her to do what he thinks is the right thing. She's having none of it. Absolutely none of it. So they get to this town. She wants food. She just causes a ruckus. He doesn't want to stop because he thinks anyone sees you, it puts us in danger. But no, she gets her own way. She goes out. She talks to some kids, and funnily enough, Agent Rook is there, of course, because he's obviously driven into the town from the scene where the train was blown up, and he grabs her. But again, she is just badass. You know, she tries to disarm him, tries to distract him, and just before it's a bit too late, her dad comes up with the truck and just smashes him into the side, and they escape. And there's this cool scene here where he's fighting with one arm, and Agent Rook is actually, you know, giving him a going over. To be honest, he tries to bloody shoot him through the head, which he does at point blank range, which is so funny. I love it. Anyway, she turns up by stealing his car, knocks him for 6, and off they speed. And he takes her to where he thinks she may be safe. Now, she doesn't know that. She thinks she's on the way to kill the first of this fraternity that Vitruvian, her father, was part of, who she holds responsible for his death. And what she finds out is that, we'll jump back to this scene. What she finds out is actually it is indeed her mother. And her mother is not happy about the fact she's lost an arm. And she doesn't know as well that the father of the child is actually sort of inside this robot body. So she gets her goons to basically say, you know, destroy him while she looks after her daughter. And there's also some other funny bits, like I say, like some of the rest of this fraternity are in the cinema figuring out what to do. They're talking about the fact that one of them shot a missile to try and kill the guys without you know, bringing it to a vote. And this other guy's watching the cinema, this innocent guy, keeps asking him to be quiet, so they just break his neck and put a popcorn bucket over his head. It's just brilliant. There's these little moments everywhere, like this one, which you'll read if you see it. But again, it's a 10 out of 10 book. It never skips a beat. I love it. Something's constantly happening. It's got that sort of dark humor in the background. It's not overpowering. All the characters are interesting. I just love it. Guys, I'm just going to do every single issue. It's going to be the same video. I'm really sorry. But please, 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 if you haven't already gotten this book, jump on before it's too late. It's only a mini-series. I'm going to guess that if it's super successful, which I hope it is, we'll get to see more. Because it does say a Rook spy thriller. So I'm assuming Rosenberg and crew are basically maybe planning lots of other stories within this world that they're creating. And it is beautiful. Everything about it. Please read this book. Let me know what you think. And until the next one, read more comics. That's all I can say. Take care.